we'll bring the stream up. Yay! Oh, they're all laying out on me. Can they hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. I hear you, at least.
It's like silence. Crickets. Thank you, Kat. I needed the bath. Okay, yeah. Awesome. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're all here. Then let me close. I need to run Dauntless. All right. Shall we get started, gents? Anybody don't want to play tonight?
I'm in.
I know. I am teasing, but the rest of them are just quiet, not even listening to me.
What'd you say?
Exactly. I'm like, okay. Let's do introductions. We have got Thursday night D&D with the Deadbeats. Minus Dirtless. He's out playing tonight, having social time. Unheard of. How can you? No. He's working a con. You are too, right, Hondo? This week, right?
Well, I'm going to the con. I'm not working it.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you mean, Eric? Our sessions are always good. You should know that. Man, I thought we had something. Let's do introductions, boys.
Arguably Duff's best session.
There you go. There you go. Hondo, say hi to the viewers tonight, would you please?
I am Hondo Bozek, Mountain Dwarf, loyal cleric of Doom and Thoin.
That's right. I feel you, Eric. I feel you. Thank you, Hondo. Varus.
I'm Varus, the Freeblock Druid, Protector of the Forest, Master of Disguise, and maybe something else.
Turn your volume up, too, Master of Disguise. You can, or put your mic closer. You were really weak on that introduction.
And we can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Give me another voice check there, Varus.
How about now?
A little better. Yeah. He's trolling you. Yeah, it's clear, but it's just soft. Don't know what it is. Ruckus, say hi to everybody.
Hello. My name is Ruckus. I'm a Mountain Dwarf Barbarian. Having just proved myself against rat people.
He does, am I? He sounds good enough to hear? Good. Okay. And Banjo.
I am Banjo Kazooie. I play a swashbuckling bugbear rogue, and we just slaughtered a bunch of were-rats.
Ruckus, you gonna level up?
Not tonight, because
you don't wanna? You're just gonna
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, that's why I'm harassing you. Level, man, come on! I mean, if you don't want the extra features, that's okay. That's okay. And like we said, missing Dirtless, our rock gnome wizard, and his pesky sidekick, Wobble the Weasel, who I don't want to get killed, and so Wobble the Weasel will run back off to hide with Globagool and keep an eye on him, because they're concerned about Globagool's health due to the fact that there's a bunch of oozes off to the far east. Let's do this. Okay. The group is in the northwestern quadrant of the inner sanctum of Blending Stone, still in Out of the Abyss, because they can't get the hell out of here. And they just decimated a haven pack of were-rats. Unfortunately, holy moly, Tech Girl! I had my volume way up. I just got a blast. Thank you for the follow. We do appreciate it. Welcome to the Rejects. But back to the storyline. Yes, took out a haven pack of were-rats. Unfortunately, one of their own has succumbed to the were-rat disease. And that would be the how tall are you, Forrest? 8 feet tall?
Around 8,
7,
yeah.
a little over 7. No, he's 7. Well, he just shrunk a little because now he's going to have rat features. So, you know what am I? I think a change of portraits for Varus with rat features is in order. That being said, though, yes, they are still trying to find clues, hints, help, assistance, divine intervention, something to get them the hell out of here. And they got pissed. They just had enough. They snapped, went berserk, cast fireballs, went bananas, and just slaughtered a bunch of rare rats. So
That's what we actually did.
I prefer
We
the
did
term
do that.
exterminated, but
yeah, we'll call
We
these
just
group.
got fed up.
It's no longer the Deadbeats, it's the Exterminators. Is the name of the group now. Yeah, so there's charboiled were rats and carcasses and just bodies laying everywhere. I think except for Ruckus grabbed a few and strung them around and was dragging them.
the lycanthrope massacre.
Exactly. Pretty much. So with that being said, yes, and Varus missed last week, but Hondo was miraculously granted reversal of his curse. Not without debate, mind you, but his Dumathoan granted a boon to him because he was tired of Eldith nagging in his ear all the time. So even that her nagging has even reached the plains of the gods.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I love my Hondo.
I've been saying since we met her that her voice is piercing.
I'll work on it. I've got a voice transformer here. I can find the right one, and I can code it in for you all. Make everybody happy. What's up, Corey? Corey's in the house tonight. Dersham AD. He's our teacher from last night, our Savage Worlds DM. Much more forgiving than me. No doubt about it. He let us break the rules a lot.
It was a blast.
It was fun. Yep. So we will be bringing it to the channel. There's no doubt about it now. So, and if Corey's interested, he's going to be talking about doing his own Savage Worlds down the line, or possibly streaming and/or doing some online stuff. We'll more than welcome if he would like to join the Rejects, or he got us do his own channel. We'll throw you support all over the place. We got a passel of people here. Up to no good. So anyway, so yes, they will finish. They have just kind of standing around looking at each other, kind of dumbstruck at the odd that they just, oh boy, damn echoes there. Of the destruction they have reaped. And Vars, those are your, as always, your lovely giant spiders were casted.
Yay, they're here.
Yeah, that was your de facto attack maneuver since we hadn't had you for a couple of sessions. We just basically grabbed spiders and they just kind of went after anything that got near you. Except they just happened to miss one of those were rats that kind of snuck around and bit you in the ass. So,
This is that I have a big ass.
it's big and blue and kind of hairy. Well, that being said, whichever one of you dwarves want to be in charge.
Did we search the bodies?
There's not much left here, Banjo. It pretty much is all charred. Husk, fur, bones. That you can tell.
Alright, I'm gonna finish going around cutting off the heads and running that rope through their jaw. Like they're some kind of big mouth bass.
Is there a bounty on them?
Yeah, the bigger medics wanted them out, so technically they'll be happy.
Should we go check out their hovels?
Might as well.
Probably not a bad idea, yeah.
So, like to the west here, or you guys want to go east?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, bad. Yeah. Thank you for the sub.
Probably go east.
Okay.
Or we can split up within reason.
Split the party. Yeah.
I think the original group should go east and Eldest should go west.
I'm
get on
not
board with
leaving
that.
your side, honey buns.
She is a scout after all. She should go stealthy
I'm
scout it.
scouting. I'm seeing exactly what I want to see. Oh
I
yeah.
think the word you were looking for is skank, but
I know. Oh yeah. She's right up on
it's her prestigious class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all move. So yeah, Dirtus is going to back out of that room because you got to remember in this room, that's right to where spider number 2 is. Let me bring that up. There is just a big ass pile of refuse, decomposing matters. You partially make out the body of a couple of corpses that look like they have been dissolved to some degree, and it's just, you know, it's not pretty. You go down the stairs to this little hovel area, and it's just an abandoned home. God darn it, just quit that. And you don't, it's nice and big, but there's nothing in here except for some bones, pieces of trash. Definitely looks like some of the rat men were living here, or may have used it just for, you know, small little layers, but you don't see anything of value at all.
So that refuse pile, does it look like what some oozes might leave behind, or?
You can go up there and make me an investigation check if you want. I'm gonna bring the music down a little too loud.
Can I make it from here?
You'd have to go in the room.
Yeah, I don't
Spider
want to.
Who is eating it?
The spider's looking around. He can make a perception check if you want him to.
Oh, I told him that he could eat it.
But he doesn't want. You come eat it, he says. I ain't eating
Okay,
that.
I
That don't
guess
even
the
look.
perception.
It doesn't look healthy. It's already dead. He doesn't like eating dead things.
He's a spider.
Yeah, no, but he likes live stuff. That's nothing new to him. Doesn't look like and it looks like it's been there for a while anyway, so it's not fresh, which is what a spider likes.
Okay, I'll throw a D20 for his perception check then.
I'm waiting. Yeah, spider's not checking it out. He doesn't see anything moving around in the pile. I can tell you that right now. Just so you know. Don't all talk at once. Oh, here, I'm sorry. Let me open this up for you.
We are moving.
I know. I'm, So the spider will move into this room and begin to see what looks to be a fairly large area. And make me a perception check for spider number 1, please.
Ruckus, I'm going to put resistance on you.
Why does Ruckus get resistance?
Because he's going by that pile.
Yeah, Ruckus sees a couple of definitely look like deep known corpses that have been rotted away on. They have definitely dissolved parts
The
of the
spider
pieces of
one
their
had
bodies.
a 17 for perception. Does she see anything?
I saw it on mine. I'll get a sec here and I'll look at it. Thank you. Nothing down the hovel. There is, yeah, Ruckus. Yeah, that's you. Basically, yeah, you can definitely tell that those corpses have been some kind of a victim of ooze attacks. And when the spiders get into this area, they begin to hear coming from the southwest. is some noises. That's not what I'm looking for. Which they can pick up the light sound of dripping water. There's no lights in this area whatsoever. And they hear and can see, looks to be oozes, mustards, jellies, moving south-southwest. And you see this right here. Spider sees to the deck to the south what looks to be some sort of fungal wall or partition that kind of divided the cave up. But it's been definitely destroyed. And it's been like just melted away. Clean. This floor's crystal clean, freshly. There's not a bit of dust on it. Been wiped clean.
Eldeth, I think the spiders want you to come with them. They say it might interest you what they're seeing right now.
He speaks too much, I think.
So, she is convinced, and she will move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
She is
no
gonna.
reason not to trust me.
She will move up, and she will take a look around.
Well, there's definitely the spiders are walking around and they're taking their chance. You're beginning to walk in more and more oozes. You're seeing puddings, gray oozes, orchid jellies.
Can she get a count of how many are there?
Hundreds of them.
Oh, okay. So she'll report that and then back off.
And they're all kind of moving around, but they definitely, you can see them slinking south-southwest, and then others kind of come in and take its place. This place looks like it, had been ransacked a long time ago because this was still part of the functioning city before the Drow attack many years ago.
So should we take these trophies and go claim whatever reward and then report how many oozes or just outside the gate?
Yeah, we should find some way to battle these oozes. Because
How many more spell slots does Daedalus have?
He has got 1 second, 1/3, and 1/4.
So we should go get a long rest before we even attempt to tackle anything out here.
It's gonna be a while. You had one in the end.
We had one when?
Down in the inn. A while back ago. You didn't because you were. Where's the inn? Where's my inn? Down here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
yeah, maybe the Diggermatics have more information about these oozes.
Alright, so should we return to town then? Or do you guys want to scout out this west?
Yeah, let's scout out the west.
Alright,
No reason to return just yet.
okay. So this is where the rat dudes were coming out of?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
all.
The
that
majority
whole area.
of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Alright, we're gonna go poke around in there then.
Here, I'll unlock tokens so y'all can move in there.
Come on, spiders, come. Heed my call.
So I'll look down into that area then.
There is just a little hovel here. Nothing. Like I said, more bones. More layers. Same thing here.
Anything to the north there that Eldith is looking at? Oh, no, guess not.
More. Advantage Hondo. Look at Moondog.
Thanks. Thanks, Moondog.
Nothing of interest so far.
I'm gonna cruise down into this one. See if there's anything down there.
Negatory.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're not finding anything of value at all. The were-rats were living a despot life.
How about down here?
You will see a short little, small little area.
How about now?
As I'm saying, yeah, that is actually, it's like a little downstairs area, and then it's like a little small little alcove. Very definitely different from what you're used to seeing. Everything else is that these down, little underground, but that's just like some stairs down a little bitty area. And it looks, make me a perception check. Yeah, this area, you definitely can tell what's interesting is that you've seen bones and stuff kind of laying around, but this looks particularly clean. Too clean.
So if I look up, or we don't see any oozes right here?
No, you don't see any oozes.
All right, I'll pass along that this is potentially an area where an ooze either been or is. I don't know how well they can hide, so.
Yeah, Eldith catches she then notices that there's something funny about the wall directly due west from where y'all are standing.
All right, I'll pass that along to Banjo and Ruckus, and then see if they want to engage. You guys want to try
So
and fight
which wall?
It's directly to the west, so the one straight across from the stairs.
Yeah, I don't want to fight an ooze just because I don't want to damage my weapons fighting something acidic like that without some kind of protection against it.
Okay.
Wait,
but magic is immune, right?
Yes, magic weapons are immune to them.
Okay.
Ruckus is all about protection.
Yeah,
right.
I'm all about keeping myself in peak fighting condition and not having my weapons eaten by acid.
All right, so we know that there's
weapon of choice. Huh?
There's one in there.
Yeah, y'all walk
Can we send a spider?
So y'all walk the rest of the area, and you can tell that it's just totally abandoned until you get to where this cave-in and destruction happened. That is, completely, the area's totally collapsed in.
Are you engaging?
I sent the spider to check out what Eldon saw.
Yeah,
the spider's alone.
There's just a wall there.
But can the spider probe the wall and see if it finds anything with all its 8 legs?
Just give me a perception check. See if the spider can notice it. Spider just kind of pokes around.
Should he roll with advantage though? Because we did give him a heads. Something's there.
Look at him pushing the rules. He's always. But yeah, go ahead. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I can tell.
Still didn't find anything.
there you go. Oh my god.
Even with the help. Oh hell, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get to you. This is good. Basically, he probes around and his foot kicks in part of the wall and it opens. You can tell that it's going to open into the room. He's definitely pushed enough, with his weight and all that. He can't get it,
Oh wait, there's a room behind it?
There's a door. There's
Yeah,
a door
I
there.
tell all of you that the spider communicates to me that there's another room there.
There's something there.
Oh. You guys want to check that out then? And fight the ooze in that smaller room?
Only Ruckus goes first.
All right, I'll go first.
I got resistance on you.
Ruckus, why? Just say no. You actually are messing around with it, and the door will open up, and you will see a tunnel that will snake around from right there, and it will snake, and then make it this way, and then it kind of comes. You'll come out right here. You kind of click and push open, and you will see. Actually, I'm sorry. It goes under this little ridge. It ends up right here, and it is the hallway. Is you can just catch a glimpse of remaining bits of slime, and like the chemtrails that snails leave, when they go through an area and all that. And but there's no dust, no dirt. You can tinge of acid, is definitely in the tunnel here. But you don't see anything moving at all. But there's definitely multiple stuffs have moved through this tunnel.
Like they've gone.
There's nothing in there, guys.
They've gone into Blindenstone?
Apparently.
Bill, any clues that you might have got are
Okay.
charred husk behind y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody know that there's a tunnel snaking south,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take 10 feet movement.
Yeah, you can make your way all, you don't see any hazards at all. And there's nothing of large size. You're moving through it. You can smell it. You can see it's clean other than the tinge remains of what would be some slime, maybe, ooze refuse, maybe some ooze poop. But then, other parts of the tunnel are crystal clean that have moved through there and just burned everything out or cleaned out the dirt, the dust. There's no cobwebs.
So should we go through it and then alert the guards or whatever that this is an issue?
Yeah, I think that's probably.
Can we, and Duff, we can all fit through there?
Probably not the spiders.
The spiders are not Varus. The medium creatures are going to have a little bit of a tough time. It's pretty, but just enough to get through there.
How big are you, Banjo?
6'4".
He's got a problem.
But I mean, are you?
You're not. He's semi-medium, but with all your gears and all the stuff y'all are, throwing on
But
nowadays.
So. What I'm saying is Varus can turn into a rat.
Yeah.
So, but Banjo can also make it through.
It would be
I saw mushrooms from Shrink.
Yeah, you have the mushrooms. Yeah, you've got the mushrooms. So,
should we go through, or do you guys want to go around?
Well,
I wish you would have said something before I already was walking in here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going in then. All right, so
you come out.
He
comes out right here. He comes right here on the middle of this open area. This is the entrance into Blendingstone that y'all were pulled through, the main gate, and y'all were kind of wrapped around. You're right here. Y'all came through this walkway. You came right out through another door that apparently has not been seen before.
Huh.
You
And
go
are
from-
there guards like right on top of us? Or are they...
They basically, you see a couple actually, looking down and like looking at each other. Yeah. Yeah, Ruckus hits
stumble
the
out.
door and stumbles out. Go, whoa, whoa! And they...
I didn't know this was here.
Where's the
Yeah.
bathroom?
You see a couple of guards kind of look down, point, and then they disappear, from this little alcove right here.
Alco.
Yeah, this is like a little guard station that looks out over the walk area that you're on.
So are they approaching us, or are they?
No, they're up above you. This is down below. So the area where y'all are down is y'all came in this way, weeks ago when we started playing, and it's a little walk area. But these walls are, I'd say, 20, 30 feet up. And there's there's a little guard station right here, and then there's a little plateau, open area to look off of, and there were a couple of guards here, and they yelled out, and then you see, this is a little flat top area that you can't really see the top because y'all are too small, but this is like a fortified section,
right?
This whole area up here, y'all have never been into that area at all, but it's like a main guard gate and things like that. And Ruckus just kind of stumbled out from this wall into the walk path. That's the entrance to Blending Stone.
Right.
So
I guess we're waiting for guards to come over and find out what's up. Are they doing that?
Well, not at the moment. There were two in the area here, and they backed away. And y'all can't be on this plateau. Y'all basically can follow this path of the tunnel because this goes all the way under and comes right out on this path. All right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it's underneath that section right there.
I got you.
And
so the guards are curious.
Ruckus can hear the patter of a guard running along the top area over there, and then his feet steps disappear, get silent as he runs away somewhere else.
So what do you guys want to do? I mean, I'm inclined to just wait for the guards to show up. So point out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Get murdered?
Yeah. Are you still trailing those 40 heads behind you?
Yeah, I've actually got them like wrapped around me like a sash.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I could close this hole up before they get back and just be like, "No, man, we don't know what you're talking about."
Liar.
Y'all tell me.
Should I close it off on this side and we'll meet you guys around?
Well, I mean, I can actually physically shape the stone to close the hole.
Oh, I got you.
So, which is what I'm going to offer to do once they come up and hopefully don't.
Yeah, we're just shoring up weaknesses in their defense left and right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can begin to hear some ruckus from Ruckus up above.
Mm-hmm.
As there is definitely.
Can we have Dirt with us so he can speak to them as a gnome?
No. I ain't going in there. No way. Y'all in charge. You get to speak. No, he's not here. He's not here tonight.
No,
Okay.
I want to hear Duff talk to himself.
Exactly.
But I mean, he could at least, as
It's
a
all
gnome.
on you, Hondo. That's
Oh
right,
my
baby
God.
cakes.
Yeah, just use a gnome accent. That'll fool him.
Here's a kiss.
Or talk really loud.
Make you feel.
I love when people do that.
I'll really
So,
enunciate.
You'll
Yeah,
have
they
you'll
really
have about
enunciate all the words they don't.
You'll have about a dozen gnome guards all of a sudden appear along the ridgeline up here, looking down. How'd you get down? Yelling. How'd you get down there? What's the meaning of all this?
What do you mean, how do we get down here? Didn't you just see me stumble out of this hole?
How's that possible? Where did that come
There's
from?
a
What have
tunnel.
you done?
There's a tunnel there. That's how that's possible. Your deductive reasoning skills are amazing. I don't actually say that because I'm not smart to say that. But that's what journalists would say. if he was here.
I'm letting you two are the ones in the hall there.
All right, so in Gnomish, I'll say that we were sent to deal with the were-rat problem.
You gotta say it with like a really thick Irish accent, because that's what I imagine gnomes sound.
We were sent to deal with the were-rat problem.
Oh.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you wee bastards.
Yeah.
Because I assume they all call each other wee bastards, right?
Hey, you got them wee.
No, so I'll tell them in Gnomish we were sent to deal with the were-rat problem.
And I'm gonna hold up my sash of were-rat heads.
Yeah,
You're
I'll
like-
point to Ruckus.
I'm just gonna be like, done.
And then while exploring their burrows, we found this tunnel, and we followed the tunnel, and it came out here.
We would report that to the Diggermatic. Let him know.
I'll ask them if they want me to close the hole.
That you have to take up with the chief.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll do
Well,
that.
Close it
because
back
I'm not
up
a
and go back the way
peon.
you came.
Because I'm not a peon, we're gonna go with executive decision. Yes, close the hole.
So I infused the stone around Eldith right before she can get out.
Yeah.
No, so did he say he wants us to go back the way we came?
He said, "Go back the way you came, shut it up, and take up the issue with the chief. See what he wants done with it. By God, we never saw it."
Wow.
is-
Really
So-
stepping up their security, I see.
yeah. I like. So you don't want us to just enter the city from right there, and then I'll just point over to the gate.
But you got to go through this old big maze, so it would take you a while. And it says, "Yeah, it's
All
better
right.
you go back the way you came."
So I'll tell them we're going to do that, and I'll say we've seen signs of oozes traveling through here, so you guys should be on. Be aware.
Wonder if that's how they're getting into our compound. Could be. Take it up with the
All
chief,
right.
please.
Yep. So I won't do the common sense thing and close it. I'll go back and wait for your bureaucrat to decide it should be closed.
Off with
We'll
you.
see you on
then.
see you on the other side, gentlemen. These guys work like our government.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I'll head out.
This group has never been the same since Tomoa-chan. It's just not. It was damaged.
Yeah. We've seen some shit, okay?
I know, right?
I think we're just tired of
Some
the dark.
smart ass GM had to run them through Tomoa-chan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Some smart ass GM had to run us through Tomoa-chan for 5.5 months.
Yeah.
That slog.
And then throw us back
Ugh.
underground.
Ugh.
They're
I
making
still
it-
wake up with nightmares.
they make me pay
Tomoa-chan that was
every session.
designed to be run in two.
Yes, it was supposed to be done in 2 or 3 sessions. And these boneheads take 5 months to get through the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was our fault.
Put all the blame on us. That's cool. We'll take it.
I'll
yet
take my
they-
spiders and run
And
away.
yet they don't know that there's possibility that this could all be a bad dream and they could end up back. in
Yeah.
Tomoa-chan.
Yeah.
God
We
help
were
me.
put to sleep by the gas at Tomoa-chan.
The
And at the
gas.
end of
Trying
the,
to say
I'm
elsewhere
gonna
else.
make a prediction. At the end of this, session or the end of this campaign, we're gonna wake up in that pool with that giant piranha thing that was in there, and we're just gonna be floating on our backs, knocked out from the gas. That's my prediction.
There's high possibilities that they could happen, so do not get mad at me.
Yeah.
I don't think
Hey,
we ever got out of Wave Echo Cave.
Oh my god,
Come on.
that would be hilarious.
This is the
Because
rejects.
if
after
you
all.
remember, we all were on the brink of death in that temple. We all died in that temple. This is
What
just
do you
those
mean?
spiders sucking
I don't-
us
yeah,
dry
I don't
in
remember that.
temple.
I remember me single-handedly saving everyone.
What? I know your boy Hondo was there with you.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
We were the
All right.
last two standing.
Yeah.
I remember
He was
every
there
motivation.
upon he was there being hefted upon my shoulders.
Actually, one place that he actually did find Dumathoin.
Yeah, that's right. That's where you got your weapon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think for all I know,
That's
it's just a
that's
twig
back
I'm
when your
swinging
god
around.
loved you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
I try to unturn him from stone, and he argues with me. He doesn't want it. I mean, what the hell?
Please.
Only one person gets him rock hard.
That's me, baby.
Oh, I thought Ruckus was talking about Ruckus again.
I was.
I thought you were talking about my baby boy. Where are you going with the spiders? What the hell are you doing?
We got to go talk to the digger mod.
Okay, Varus doesn't know this. Varus, in this area, and I'll reveal it one more time for the group because they have already been in here, but you missed this session since you chose not to watch the YouTube videos to get involved with the session.
I watched most of it.
You did not. I know better. Okay, this whole area that I'm opening up for a moment, they came through the door to the southwest here. After, if you remember, y'all had the attack here.
Is that not east?
East, sorry, yeah. Well, south, okay. The door down southwest. So this was, if y'all remember, you had a attack with a couple of gelatinous cubes here, and
yes,
that was when and then Glavagul showed up, and y'all finished up the combat here. This was the trade market where y'all took the gems to give to the guy that y'all have been given the task from Glakostog. So, but when you open up this door, wanting to know what was going on with the oozes, because Glavagul told you he followed another gelatinous cube through the area, through a tunnel somewhere, that this room has got probably 200 to 300 oozes, cubes, puddings, black puddings, any kind of whatever it is. If it's ooze created, it's in that room. Okay, and all through this area here, they're everywhere. And there was a talk briefly before the massacre took place of someone called the Pudding King. And then Ruckus said F it and killed everybody.
Yeah.
Single-handed.
We were afraid that Bill Cosby was going to show up.
yeah.
Run away!
Yeah. If he showed up, I'd never be able to take another drink from anything he handed.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Corey, thanks for that.
Oh, yeah.
That couldn't have been more perfectly timed if we had planned it.
Dog. All right. So with all this going on, how long does your spider spell last? Isn't that just an hour?
Yeah, they're gone. I dismissed them.
They're gone. They're gone. Poof. Be gone. Get off my combat tracker.
So we've got two options, right? We can either go explore that one door far to the south that we didn't open, or we can go report to the digger mod.
Door. Let's go to the door. Doors are meant to be open.
I will let you know that down here where you're talking about is to the direct south. Here, let me open this up for you. Talking about right here, Hondo. It was right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. So through the time and all that, I'll go ahead and give it to you so you don't have to worry about it anymore. This is where this cluster of caverns is workspace for weaponsmith and armorsmiths and stuff like that, where they make simple ring mail, chain mail, stuff like that they then use for trade items and stuff. But it's lesser equipment, things, some swords, but not really, heavy duty quality ones, but a little bit. They're not too bad with the armor making here. And they seem to really like their work, and you get the feeling you've heard from some of the traders that have been staying in the foaming mug with y'all, that their prices are awful damn high for what they're trying to sell.
So that's been abandoned, or there's still people
No, they're all
working
there.
on it?
When y'all were at that door, y'all heard a bunch of clanging and noises behind the door. Y'all had never been over there. It was basically the anvils, the hammers, and all that. It's basically just a work area.
Okay, but they don't have like magic
No, they do
stuff.
not. No, they do not.
Okay, all right. So then the only option we have is to go to the digger mot,
To the
and then we
Chief Digger
still have 3 questions we can ask that ghost.
That's right. You do. Your ghost
We
is
can
right here.
definitely ask about the Pudding King, how to take it down, where it is, how to get to it.
So should we? Do you want to speak to the Diggermatic first and ask him about it, or just go straight to the ghost?
Yeah, let's go to the digger guy first, since we,
Okay.
did something. We don't know if they're gonna, reward us. They should.
Right here. He's the square down south. Y'all can move everything down there if you'd like.
All right. Does everybody agree? Everybody want to do that?
Yep.
Make it so.
And Banjo, you speak the language. You want to do the talking?
I do not speak Undercommon, but I have persuasion.
Oh, they don't speak Gnomish? I guess I was thinking they spoke Gnomish.
Diggermotics are Silverberlins, what the hell ever. They speak common. They have a thick accent of common. You can communicate with them.
okay.
I'm assuming. I haven't. Let me find the NPC sheets for them real quick.
Yeah, because if they don't speak Common or Gnomish, I can't, or Dwarvish, I can't speak to them.
And it's Dorbo, and Cine Diggermotic are kind of the de facto leaders here for the moment, with everything that's been going on. And y'all came to them in the very beginning. What are you laughing at now?
I'm laughing at Varys in chat. That's all.
Oh, okay. So I'm not.
I was just reading back a little bit.
Okay. Let me see.
Comedy gold.
Well, I don't have. Wow. Sometimes when the modules they go on and then they throw these little wrenches, they don't have any NPC sheets on these guys.
But you can make the call what they speak, right?
They're common. Yeah, they're gnomish. They would know gnome. There's no doubt about that. Does Banjo, you speak gnome, man? Are you a gnome speaker?
No, just common.
They've got so yeah, they've got a thick accent in common, so it's kind of hard to make out, but you'll understand enough. And they're all kind of up in this upper area, looking over. So there's messengers running in and out. There's activity. This has been the hub of the rebuilding process for Blending Stone for some time. And they both, Dorbo, his attention is stopped when y'all make your way up here, and he comes over, and he is looking at you, and what brings you back to our little cavern here? What's on your minds this day?
Greetings. We have finally slain all the were-rats. You shouldn't have any problems with them anymore.
You got rid of the Gold Whisker clan?
Yep, they're gone.
Yep. How do I know
Is
you
Ruckus-
speak the truth?
Is Ruckus there?
Yeah, I'll show.
I'm waiting for it.
I
I'm waiting for it.
I start uncoiling my were-rat head rope sash. And I'm like, is this one proof enough? Or how about this one? Or this one?
Yep. There is another gnome that kind of pops up and looks very disgusted by it, and he begins to argue that I think that was a mistake for that to happen that way. They were citizens of our clan once, Dorbo. Now that they're gone, our numbers are lessened, even with their cursed well-ratness. We might have been able to use their numbers against the oozes that we fight, but now that won't be possible, will it?
Did they? I can't remember. Did they attack us?
Yes,
Nope.
and
They
that's
did
what I'm
not.
telling
Well,
everyone.
Okay, yeah. So when y'all first came in, there were a
You
couple
don't
of
know.
guards that hit, and then y'all moved around a corner, and you caught the attention of the leader of the were-rats, and he started asking questions.
Oh yeah,
Wanted
that
you to bring
mouthy
Dorbo
bastard.
to him, and then he asked you to bring your companions, and y'all go no. And he goes, well, that's not, until that happens, there's no more talking. Then that's when Ruckus go, I have had enough of this bullshit. And
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what any of you were talking about. That's not how it went down.
So they refused to talk unless we abducted some of your citizens.
no,
That's
that's
what
not
happened.
what they said. Oh, is that what you're telling him? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay.
That's what I'm telling myself.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, all right. That's just
We
like
told them we wouldn't do it because
Yeah.
we respect your sovereignty of each and every one of your citizens.
Yeah.
They wanted us.
Negotiations broke down.
They wanted us to kill all of you.
Ruckus for
It's such a shame.
Ruckus for Parliament.
There could have been
they
hopes
said-
for a peace between us and them, but not anymore. Apparently, not anymore at all. So
Yeah.
that would
Maybe
be
you
good
should
to-
have expressed that was your interest.
He had in the beginning.
Instead
said
of telling
go
us to
parlay
go
with
clear
them.
out the vermin.
He said
Yeah,
parlay if you
I-
can, or if you're met with
I-
violence. But don't worry about it. That was
We
weeks
were met
ago.
with violence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were-
lots of it.
Yeah.
Never-ending violence. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
yeah, and there he
Lots of
yeah,
violence
so,
over here.
and that was a part of the town. Yeah. How soon? I mean, where is so?
Good boy.
And so he says, well, that gives us back to the hall where the miners, that was basically back in the day before the destruction. Most of that part of the Warren area was the miners and such that lived on the outskirts that did a lot of the work of tunnels and all that. But he still, and what of the house center, our place of government and where we really need to be set up, that the house center, you will have known or told that is where the circle, the dome was, where you saw all the oozes. He says, what about that? Are they out of there finally?
No, we need
the were-rats?
Yeah, we need a nap and a sandwich. We can go deal with that.
So wait, is he actually asking if the were-rats are out of that city center?
No, the oozes, I think.
Does he know
No.
about the users?
No, he doesn't. They really don't know about the oozes. So you remember they've had encounters. You've caught in stats and some of the rumors over time that they've had a few run-ins, and then there was the gelatinous cube debacle that y'all were a part of, and then
So we can honestly say that you're not going to have a were-rat problem in your government center there.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that statement.
But he knows, but they do know that the rumors and all that about that that there's some type of, the Pudding King, whatever this individual that's been running around up there, he's been concerned that the Pudding King could be possible. Some type of monster magic is responsible for the number of growing oozes that they have seen, but they have not been up there and looked. Because the were-rats and they've kept these doors, these major doors that you've gone through, have what they have used to reinforce and keep themselves alive while they are continually, slowly, sector by sector, cleaning things up. And the biggest factor so far for them has been the stuff that you took care over to the Far East with Ogremok's Bane. That, of all things, has been one of the paramount that you've put you into the blessings with them, because without that, the earth elementals were going batshit crazy and causing damage and attacking them and killing things. And so now that that's been gone, they've been able to start some mining. But now there's while y'all are chatting, there's a couple of other gnomes that will pipe up that, yes, we've had more and more sightings of oozes to the north eastern quadrant.
Did anyone tell him about that hole that we came through?
Well, you don't know unless you ask.
I'll say, did anybody tell you about that hole we popped out of?
We just had a runner that had spotted y'all down in the entranceway, and I said that was impossible. It couldn't have been you. How was it possible, if it was, that you were down in our gateway without going through our maze, our protection maze? How did you get down in that area?
You got an ooze problem coming through there.
No, say it's not so, good dwarf.
And I can close that hole.
Make it so, good dwarf. It is better to keep things out and use the maze for our entrance into our good city than having that as a liability. We wondered how the oozers or the were-rats were getting in and out of the area. That's possibly that they created the tunnel, because we know that that's not been there. I would know of it. Would be in the plans of our great city. I don't think so. Someone cheers back over in the backside.
So what do you want me to do to close that?
Y'all make some trip up there sometime and you'll go close it off. It's on your to-do list now.
All right.
Yeah, we should take advantage of that hollowed out tunnel and just put all those were-rat bodies in there. And then just seal it up. Because that is gonna stink.
That's not a bad idea.
Says that's probably not a bad idea, good sir.
Yeah, I've got some experience covering up murder. I mean, self-defense.
Yeah, he's going to be. There are going to be plenty of families that are going to be upset at the deaths of their loved ones and those that were banished away. Please make it so. Seal up both ends of that tunnel and all remains evidence of the clan. And we will say no more of this.
Do you want to... I'm going to hold up all the heads. I'm like, do you guys want these?
Just make it so. You know what I want, please. Good dwarf, sir.
Self-defense cover-up, that's going to be an extra charge on our part. Because... while we understand that it's self-defense, it would be really unfortunate that, the people of your small town, your community here, found out you sent us over there to extricate
a bunch of brigands to people murder.
Yeah, no, to self-defense themselves, like self-defense them to death.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Understanding that not everything's for free around here.
Except Eldith.
Deal.
Yeah, you're right. She comes with a heavy toll.
Yeah, that's right.
She made
can everyone understand why it took us 5.5 months to get through fucking motion?
I have to deal with Corey.
20 minutes.
Why me?
In front of a door.
All my players are this way.
Come on, Duff. You wanted the role play. This is the role play.
We're doing it. I'm having fun with it. You come watch the Saturday group, the ladies, and you'll go, oh my god.
Are they still collecting testicle necklaces?
That's Sora. She lost it. She lost it. She lost her necklace.
She lost her
having
balls.
to rebuild it. Yeah, Callista threw it in the water. It froze and sank.
Well,
yeah, there's a lot of contention on that storyline. Yes, we don't want to bring that up. Yes.
Tell her to visit Blending Stone. We got like 40 pair down here.
Yeah. They're in a hollowed out tunnel.
They're really tiny though.
No,
Yeah, they're really tiny, so you probably have to do like maybe some earrings or something.
All right, yeah, so Dorbo says, all right, well, then we need, I have the bargain will be to do, understanding this, to get rid of the remains and all evidence, including the heads, good sir. Bury them in the tunnel and close it up on both ends so nothing else can come through ever. And we need more information, if it's true, about these oozes and what you call the pudding king or the pudding court that we have heard a few call it.
Operation Bill Cosby.
It's actually called Operation Ooze there. So it's actually titled that way here. And for doing that,
Operation Ooze the Boss.
he reaches over. Exactly. He calls to Cinny and he says, "Cinny, please come here. Bring the spell gem.
Yes.
We have no use for it. This will be our trading with them to do what we would like to ask." So, and Dirt just like gets rock hard boner city here when he hears spell gem, and it he says we can take it to the priest over in the temple area, and not the priest. Actually, where's it go? Come here. I lost it.
No, the priest is not long for this world.
We've noticed that he disappeared some time back. He hasn't. He went on retreat.
Well, I got 3 questions, and I'm sure I'll track him down.
No, well, the priest is not the one that's the 3 questions. That's the ghost.
The ghost. I'm going to ask him where the fuck that priest is.
He says they will give you this empty spell gem, and it will be of 8th level. It's a ruby, and Durla says, "Gimme," because it is a legendary item that has a high spell DC save and has a huge whopping attack bonus, and they can give that give the ruby to Dirtless for him to be able to use.
And what kind of spell does it cast?
He gets
Nice.
you can imbue it with the spells that of the highest level you can cast. It's up to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a wondrous item.
I don't know. You think he'd want that?
No. I think he'd want the healer to have it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a magical. It's not a. It's a from any class spell list actually. So you become aware of the spells. Yeah.
Is it? Can it hold one spell, right?
While holding gem, you can cast the spell from as an action if you know the spell. Each spell gem has a maximum level for the spell it can store. It can store 1 spell. Yeah. But
Nice.
it can be any that you can know.
We need to find a wizard that can cast 9th level spells.
I'm thinking about
8th level.
imbuing it with
8th level. Dirtless can do it.
create
Oh,
food and
8th
water.
Give it to Eldith. Give it to Eldith. Eldith goes, ooh, Ruby.
I'm just thinking of the most mundane spell I could put in it, like
Darkness.
calm emotions or
Yeah.
something.
Is it reusable or is it only one use?
Once a bit of the spell can't be viewed again until the next dawn. You use it and then it can be reconfigured after.
Re-imbued.
Yeah, re-imbued. Yep.
All right, so I'm goofing, but I definitely think Dirty should get it, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Dungeon Master. Let's see. Magic items.
So wait, if I imbue it with a spell, can Dirty cast it?
I think you have to be able to cast the spell. So I don't think it's something that you have. It has to be of your class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so
one
I
spell
couldn't.
from any. Yeah, you could. When you hold the gem, you can cast a spell from it as an action if you know the spell or if the spell is on your class's spell list. Yeah. So you can pass it back and forth, I guess. Honestly.
But I just couldn't. I couldn't put a cleric spell.
Yeah.
Dirt to cast.
That's right. Correct.
Okay.
And
I was just thinking like a revivify.
Yeah, this one's
or
almost
something.
close to being maxed out. The highest level one is a 9th level diamond, but y'all have a 8th level ruby.
Sweet.
Where's my? It's a wondrous item. Where the hell is my wondrous item spell gem? Anyway, I'll put it on. He's got a spell gem. I'll put that on for him to look at later next week, and he can get in there and decide which one he wants it to. What he'd like it to be. I'll add that all in later for him. So
Let's go close
what's
that
next?
hole.
Yeah, y'all can go do that. That's fine.
Well, if we're gonna, I mean, I want to close it because I got to burn my a high level spell to do it.
Just you can take it off.
All right. So, is one enough, Duff, or do you want me to burn 2 of them?
You'll need to. Let me see.
Stone shape is the spell. It's I touch a stone object, medium size or smaller, and then I can form it. It can be no more than 5 feet in any dimension.
Yeah, you would have to
And
do
I
it
can put
twice. Yeah, one on each end.
All right. So I'll burn 2 level 4s to get it done.
Okay.
And I assume that'll be enough.
That will do it with the evidence.
Yeah. I just hope I don't get turned into stone after this, because Ruckus is going to have a cache of things to put on me.
Next, gents.
I was really hoping those would stick to you and become permanent. That would have been so funny.
Like I take like a huge charisma hit because I just
Yeah. Oh my god, he's hideous.
Hey, don't be afraid. I'm a priest.
Whoa. All right, next, folks. What's up? We got a few viewers in the channel. All our regulars. Good to see everybody.
So we need to go rest if we're going to tackle these puddings.
Shut up.
Oh, actually, we should go.
Let's go. Put these.
You want to go
bodies
ask a
away.
question? We got to go ask the question
To who?
to the ghost.
to find out where the Pudding King is.
Hondo came babbling out of the crypts one time, babbling about a ghost that said, told him that you take care of the ghost problem here in Bleeding Stone, and he would, for the chores that he tasked you with, that he would answer a question, and you did it. And there was 3 tasks. One that you first off that started it all, and then there were 2 more ghosts that y'all got rid of. So you have 3 questions that you may ask Burrow Warden Jagger. And it's a ghost that's been around here for a while, and he just lets you know that he has the ability to answer,
Naughty questions.
he knows a lot about. He told Hondo he knows a lot. He knows a lot about the Underdark.
What's this straight path?
Okay.
Get out of here.
I think you've gotten even quieter.
Yeah, you did. I could barely hear you, Bars. Yeah. Speaking to the mic.
I think he's leaning back, sipping on that wine.
Yeah, exactly. His cool wine.
Sipping on that scissor. Does anyone else remember that?
Oh, man.
Could you understand me now?
There you go.
I mean, we can hear you, whether or not we can understand you.
Oh man, it's been over a year. Come on.
Just remember, I kid because I think it's.
Because we love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can hear you.
Ruckus kids because he thinks it's funny.
All right. Uh-oh, looks like Hondo's itching to go talk to a ghost.
Oh wait, are we doing the question yet?
Yeah, we gotta go do the
Y'all
question,
are-
right?
This is
Well,
your
you do.
game. This is all
You
about
do.
you.
Yeah, you do that because I have no interest in speaking to ghosts because I don't believe. And then I'm gonna
Just
go
create them,
take.
right?
Yeah, that's right. I just send people to the afterlife with unfinished business. Yeah, I'm gonna go take the heads over to the tunnel, and I'm gonna go put them all.
No, we
He's
did
already
that.
closed it all off. You've already done all that.
Wait, you already did that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
we threw the heads in. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
You don't have your
Is there-
heads anymore.
Is there something you want to do before I close it up?
No, close it up. Yourself
Yeah.
out.
Done.
All right. So the only question we want right now is where the Pudding King is, or what?
Yeah, let's go with that one first.
All right. So I'll go down there and I'll ask that.
He will tell you that this Where is the Pudding King? Is that what you asked him now?
Yeah. How can we locate the Pudding King?
How can we kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know how to
I'm hearing
kill
all
him.
these questions. This is Hondo. Hondo, you have to ask the question. The pact was
All right,
made with you.
All right,
Before
let's
I
huddle
go-
up first.
Yeah, before I go down, I will consult the fellas, and we'll come up with one lucid, concise question.
Coherent thought.
Right.
So we're gonna need a minute. So if anyone wants to go get a drink, we're gonna need to
Me,
come up
I,
with a
I want to go get one.
I already started drinking, so I think we're gonna end the session now.
I either where we can find him or how we can find him.
What's up, Razim? Thank you for the
Where is he located? Like those are kind of the same. What's the fastest way we can get to the Pudding King?
Yeah. What do you think there, Banjo? What do you got?
Where is he? How do we kill him? How do we stop
Can
him?
we eat
Is that
the
one
Pudding
question?
King?
Yeah, I guess, like, how do we find him? Like, or how do we find him? And how do we kill him?
So you want to ask two questions?
I don't
Well,
want
I
to
don't
burn
know how
all.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't
want to
wanna
know
burn
if
too
we
many
can
of our
use
questions.
big spoons or little spoons to eat the pudding.
Well, I guess I was thinking we had to save one question for how the hell do we get out of the Underdark?
How do we find / kill the king? That could be one.
Yeah, I mean, getting out of the Underdark's easy. You just start digging up.
I
I
know.
think I've covered that already.
I wish we could do that. That'd be
Although you
funny.
never dig directly up. I learned that playing.
Yeah, you got to do it on an angle.
That's right. You got to do it at an angle.
45-degree angle, baby.
Right. These
We'll
are
come
the
up-
questions that need to be answered.
If we start digging from here, we should get up on.
What are we doing, goofballs?
We're buying shovels.
You're gonna dig, they've been wanting to dig their
All
way
right.
out of
Well,
this.
that's my
How do you
input.
dig
That's
yourself
the-
out of a
that-
dream, though?
We're
I'm gonna ask him-
ourselves from here.
Yeah. You
Where
fall
is-
backward. I learned that.
Where is
watching
the
stuff.
finest shovel merchant in Brimstone?
I'm about to answer one of these questions, so y'all better hurry up.
Yeah. Hang on a second, Ghost. We're not talking to you yet.
Yeah, we're not even down there. He doesn't even know we're talking.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my input. What's the fastest way to get to the Ghost? I think we already know how to kill him. We've had a lot of practice.
Yeah, you just plan on beating him to death, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's worked in the past.
Yeah, with everyone I've ever met.
Absolutely every creature we've ever come up against.
Maybe this one we can eat it for real.
Okay, so is that the question? Where do we find the Pudding King?
Works for me.
All right, Banjo, you agree?
Yep.
All right, Vash, you agree?
Yep.
All right, so I'll go down there and I will ask the ghost, where do we find the creature known as the Pudding King?
The mad creature that calls himself the Pudding King, I believe he may be found in the throne room. Next question.
Oh shit! So he's right in the middle of all those guys.
No, it's that. It was called, that circle area was called the House Center.
House Center. Okay, I'll write that down. Hang on.
It is a large pavilioned area.
Holy shit! We weren't just in the throne room, were we? Talking the
No.
whatchamacallit?
No, that was the miner. He had set up a throne up on that platform, but that was not an official looking room. That whole area where the rats were at was the miners, where miners used to live.
Ooh.
No, I mean where we just talked to what the hell is the name of that guy?
Oh, you're talking about the Diggermatics? No.
Yeah.
No, the Diggermatics, that's basically all this down here.
Okay.
Is called That's just the residential caves. They set this area up as best they could because they can't get in. They haven't made their way over there yet to begin the clearing out of the governmental part of town.
I thought it was going to be the phone calls coming from inside the.
No, not at all. He will tell you. Jagger will tell you that he resides in the throne room.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go up and tell the fellas.
Okay, and then I'm gonna ask, or I'm gonna tell Hondo, like, maybe we should see if he knows how to get rid of the oozes without having to fight them all.
You guys want? Okay, does everybody agree?
Yeah, we need that push. Yeah, we need to do that.
Okay, so I'll go down and I'll talk to Jaeger, and I'll say, how do I get rid of all the ooze without fighting them all? You can hear Duff's gears.
Yeah. That question is beyond my ability to answer. I know about the Underdark. Ask again. He does not have an answer. You basically get him. He fades into the wall, and
Okay.
comes.
It was worth a try.
Yeah. He does not have an answer, but he can answer questions about the Underdark in general. But as far as particular, he never had encounter with oozes before, so he has no idea.
Okay. So are we down to one, or
you can have
do we
a
still
question
have
back?
two?
He'll ask. Yeah, you can have that one back.
All right. So I will come up and report.
Okay.
Should we go find out where the throne room is, or should I just ask him right now? How do we get out?
Yeah, just ask him.
Yeah, that's how we got it. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the fastest way for us to get out of the Underdark alive?
You dig up.
At a 45.
Yeah, so I'll ask him if he knows a route that we can take out of the Underdark.
He will tell you that he believes that he knows that the current gnomes, there was talk of a tunnel that is just not that far outside of the town here that is it's secretly guarded, but there is a tunnel that leads up to the surface, not far.
So he says it's guarded by the deep gnomes.
He can't remember. Yeah, he's a deep. Yeah, because I think Jagger is a deep gnome. Let me make sure. What is Jagger? Jagger. Yeah, he's a deep gnome also.
All right. So he's telling me
that
he thinks it's.
He believes that there's one of the secretly guarded secret. Sorry. That the gnomes have is their ability to, though they don't like going to the surface, but they've had from time to time having to get to the surface or trade items and things like that, unknown to other groups. But one of their secrets is there is a tunnel that will take you to the surface.
All right.
And the Diggermatics will definitely know where it's at.
All right. So should we go talk to the Diggermot and tell him that the Pudding King is in the throne room?
Yeah, may as well.
And then we'll bargain for the tunnel. Sorry, I disconnected. I didn't hear if anybody answered.
Yeah.
We didn't.
And
Sorry,
Jagger
disagreed
will,
I didn't
quietly.
answer your question.
Jagger's asked, and he goes, and he's been thinking about it. And he goes, your question, good dwarf, has troubled me about the oozes because I do know they are there. I have seen many of them, and they seem to be called, or somehow a part of the Pudding King and his hold on this area. And my distant relatives that live here, that all have make their home, have no chance of surviving at all unless this threat is dealt with. This settlement will not thrive at all and will be gone before long. They have no chance. You must do something about it, please.
Okay.
That's the Diggermot saying that?
Yeah, I can get behind that.
No, the ghost told you that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so I'll thank them and then I'll go tell the fellas what we know. And then I guess we'll make our way to the Diggermot.
Okay, let's go ahead and get some pudding.
Has enough time gone by that we can take a rest?
Yo, certainly. They didn't give you a time factor on this. They wanted you to go find out all that you could about everything up there. So
All right, I say we celebrate a job well done so far, and we head back to the inn and we tear it up for the night,
Uh-huh.
and then in the morning we recuperate from this evening's festivities, and then we get around to doing our thing tomorrow.
I agree. That sounds
Yeah.
like an excellent plan.
I think we earned it.
I do too.
All right, let's go regale all the people of this village, this community, with our exploits. Tell them the saga of the Temple of Tomoe-chan.
Yes. Drinks are on Varus.
That's right. Or
That's
Dirtless,
right.
because he's not here to defend
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty offers it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He throws down about 20 platinum and says,
Yeah.
drinks.
Let's party.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna head back to the inn, and I'm gonna put my weapons away. And I'm gonna put my evening wear on, which is just a loincloth.
I will remember.
I thought maybe that was your
you
weapons.
have a-
No, that's not his weapons, please. Now.
I thought you had a gown. A sleeping gown.
Yeah, I'll put my weapons away, but remember, I've
thought
still
y'all
got my hammer.
Varys, I thought you spooned a lot with him in bed.
With Ruckus?
What?
Yeah, two were creatures now. Kind of, feel a bond.
Whoa,
With each
whoa,
With
whoa!
Lucas? I
Do
don't
not
wanna
compare
die.
me to that
I do
filthy
not
were
want to
rat.
die.
Topsy and Turvy excluded.
Yeah,
So our
only
players
because they're
don't know
they're
that
missiles.
Ruckus is
Just
a
remember
were
that
tiger,
this were rat can turn into a bear.
and
Yeah.
Boris
Really
just
good
got bit, and he's a were rat now. So we have two were creatures in our party. Now, also, you will have noticed something about your companions. As y'all were moving about and about, you will have noticed that Topsy and Turvy are no longer with you.
What? Where'd they go?
Jim
We
Jar and
accidentally
Darendale,
slaughtered them.
they were here one moment, and earlier there was talk or some rumors came in that they just got this feeling, and some dread overwhelmed them, and they said they were going to be back, but we haven't seen them for some time.
All right.
I totally forgot that they might not appreciate what we just did in self-defense.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm sorry. They didn't give us a choice.
Yeah.
Do y'all tell
If
Jim
anything,
Jar
we're the
and-
victims.
What do you tell Jim Jar and Darendale?
I'm gonna bet Jim.
I don't tell them
Jar-
anything. They're the they're the hangers on. Like
Yeah.
they don't get status updates. They just
Yeah, but
follow.
that's weird.
Well, yeah, they follow way behind. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bet Jim Jar he can't kill more puddings than Ruckus.
They just hear us laughing with all our inside jokes that they don't know because they don't hang out with us.
Yeah.
I will bet with Hondo. Yeah, I'll take the Hondo's bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the
I'll bet
potential.
200 gold that Ruckus can kill more jellies than Jim Jar.
I'm
Does he want to take us up on it?
Yeah, he laughs at the bet and all that, and he goes, "Yeah, you didn't make me a monetary, so I'll take that bet and lose. So you win. Here's a copper piece," and he flips it in the air.
So you're a coward. That's what it means. You don't have the courage
No, I
to
like
bet.
my
whoa,
life.
You don't have the
whoa.
courage to put a price to
Yeah.
your valor.
Go sink back in your tunnel, where at? I can smell it. I can already
Oh.
smell it all the way
I
across the hall.
Sick burn.
Oh, no.
I turn into a bear right in front of him and tell him to say to my claw.
Yeah, how is that gonna work? You're a were rat, and if you shapeshift into a bear, does that mean you're a were rat with an identity crisis?
Yeah.
Or
Well, right now I'm not a were rat. Right now I'm just a druid.
Yeah, but
I
Boris,
can turn myself into a bear.
you turned yourself into a bear, and then you said, "I dare you to say that." So
Yeah,
he
yeah, he
doesn't
just
speak
growled.
bear.
Yeah, you just growled.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm already drunk. I don't know that I'm growling.
Yeah.
oh, this guy can't handle his liquor.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he'll shape change, and he doesn't quite make it all the way through. So half his body will be the form, and the rest of the half will still be a blue furball. And he thinks he's in disguise, and they already knows it. Oh my god! And so they just they walk away.
Yeah, this guy is.
Not the brightest of the. Oh, I didn't say that, did I? I'm sorry.
No, but I stand by my opinion, even if I'm a half bear.
All right,
He's
so
a
we get a
chicken,
long
and he
rest.
should understand it.
Boom. You have been given a
All
long
right.
rest.
Let's go fight some jellies.
What's the plan, guys? I'm waiting
So-
on Ron to decide.
Oh,
what
I
to
thought we
do.
were gonna fight some jelly.
Well, we need to talk to the Digger Mod and see if they have a way of dealing with all those jellies, because we really can't fight like.
Well, they needed.
500.
They asked y'all to get more info about what's going on up there. For the
Yeah, so
spells
we're gonna
and-
go.
There's a bunch of jellies that need to be murdered. I mean, to self-defend to the death.
Yeah, we're gonna tell them that we think that the what the hell is the name of it? The mushroom guy, the Pudding King, is in the throne room, and then we're gonna ask if there's a way. And we think that all the puddings and jellies and cubes are connected to him, and if we can kill him, they might disperse. So, is there a way that we can get into the throne room? A secret way.
None that they know, and they will tell you that the throne room is a chamber farther off to the northeast from the house center, and it they have not been to it in a very long time, but it is definitely on up through the house center area, through several more corridors. It is south of what they would have called, there was a stockade to the north, where they kept, intruders and interlopers, this whole part of this area, but y'all haven't, you haven't had a chance to check it all out. But they said, yeah, the throne, there's none that we know of secret entrance, unfortunately.
So I'm going to
No
ask
one
him
that
if he has a map.
He can give you a generalized layout of it, certainly.
Yeah, give us a map of the area.
He will. We're gonna go over here. This is going to be. So, well, you'll have. Oh, they're gonna love my drawing, folks.
Are you not just going to reveal the map?
Hell no! Hell no!
Why not?
Does the guy actually not have a map of his own kingdom?
They haven't been up there in quite a while, no, and it's all they don't have a lot of documents there. Here, hold on, let me roll. I'll roll to see if he has a map.
Does he have a memory?
He's going to try to tell you, yeah, that there is the house center, and then there's a few corridors that kind of round up through. He's going to that lead from the area.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're going to love it.
I just look at Ruckus like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
How do these guys not have
Yeah.
a map of their own
I
tunnels?
think this community has bigger problems than some oozes. I think it has a real fundamental flaw with their leadership.
Yeah.
They're lucky to be alive, Dorcas.
Yeah.
Dorcas.
And you're welcome for that.
Give them the damn map. You know it's cheating. Cheating.
How is it cheating? They live there. They have maps. Any battlefield
There you go,
commander can
bitch.
have a map of the area.
There you go, bitch. There you
I
go.
don't see it.
Up to the northeast.
I'm
Oh,
wondering,
okay.
Is there?
Is that little shattered thing? Is that the throne room?
He will tell you that well, it's what they believe to be the stockade. They don't know it's shattered, but that area is supposed to be a stockade.
So
Okay.
where on the map is your former
He
throne
believes
room?
that the throne room.
That's
Okay.
weird. Is that not weird? That doesn't look like it would be a throne room.
Whatever.
That's the
I mean,
area known as.
Who
the
are we
throne
to
room.
judge their culture
What,
other
number
than
5?
people from a superior culture?
Yeah, right.
This is the throne room?
That's the throne room area.
right next to the stockades.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Okay.
really more efficient to take their politicians from that throne room to those stockades.
I mean, they live with oozes and were rats right next to him.
Yeah.
Well,
On the
I
other
thought
side
I
of
was
the
Clearly-
crazy.
Yeah, clearly their standards aren't very high.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest, and I don't know if it's possible with the spells we have, but where that obelisk is down at the bottom there, where you guys put the stone in and then fought those guardians or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the stairs up that go to the north and west. If I can use my stone, let me get the name of the spell, stone shape, to open a tunnel through there, and then we can sneak through the back to the throne room, kill the Pudding King, because all the oozes and whatnot are making their way down from the northeast. So if they're congregating near that pool, maybe they're a little bit lighter along the outer edge there at the east. So what do you guys think of that?
I think that's a pretty solid assessment.
Yeah, it's a good approach.
I
Like,
agree
let's
with the plan.
avoid that giant fucking ooze pile.
Yeah,
Is that an ooze? I thought it was like some kind of like portal.
there's
Where?
like 150,000 oozes in that room.
They're all everywhere, but y'all saw a lot of them congregating in here, and then you saw a lot of them congregating to the north. You've seen oozes
Ooh.
everywhere.
Maybe
Right.
we should try to have the people of the town lure some of the oozes to the opposite side, and then like
Right?
not attack them, not fight them, just like make a big enough ruckus where they
Yeah.
come to investigate.
If only we had 40 or so disposable foot soldiers
I agree
With-
to
with-
using the people
with rat-like
as bait.
reflexes.
Do we have animate corpse?
Yeah, you had 40, bodies earlier, but they're all dead now. Yeah.
All right, so that's my
Yeah,
2 cents on what we could do, but I don't know how thick that stone is. So if it's thicker than 10 feet, we're not getting through.
Can we get through that stone, Beth?
I'm sorry, say that again now.
The stone here to the south near the obelisk. We were gonna go down south around here and up towards there to avoid that giant ooze room.
Then let's see. The answer to the question is the debris can be cleared up with a few days' work.
We should get the townspeople started on that.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, if they'll clear it, it'll save 2 level 4 spell slots. So
Yeah, I think that's smart.
We'll be at the pub when they're done.
yeah.
You're not going to help and assist, protect.
Do you really want us to use all of our strength and energy digging through some rubble and not fighting the enemy, the oozes?
Yeah. Don't they have guards and stonemasons and whatnot?
Yeah, they're looking for a partnership, but apparently this group's not very good at partnering.
We're the ones that are going in.
Yeah, we have literally been
Oh.
their errand boys since we came to this town, and we want them to contribute equally in our endeavors, and we're unreasonable.
Well, yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah, we're going into pudding infested tunnels
That
So
sounds so
here's the
fun.
thing. So okay,
to
so
kill the king of said puddings.
you will know that of what you have seen so far, that any attempt like that, without depending on what your tactics are going to be, but so far what you have seen, none of you will make it out alive.
What?
There are too many of them. You have seen hundreds and hundreds of these things so far, moving around in the 2 rooms.
Okay, so the ghost says the only way that this city can survive is if we take out the pudding king.
That's right.
And the DM says there is absolutely no way to take out the pudding king.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
so
say that. I didn't say
let's
that. I
cut
said
bait.
that you're trying to fight all these oozes. Y'all got to come up with some type of battle plan, or you got to.
Is that not what we did? The sneaking around behind him?
I don't know. You have to go over.
Where
You haven't seen anything over here. You've got the map, but y'all have not at all looked at anything in this area over here. You have no idea what's over here.
I have a question.
All right, how tall are the ceilings?
They're cave. This is a cave. They're all the way to their floor to. These are caverns. There's not.
Yeah, but
The
How
ceilings on
tall?
themselves, yeah. So yeah, I think they were only like 10, 15 feet. Inner blending stone. Let me see, as I don't remember myself. General features. Chambers. Well,
I want to ask something when I can.
go right ahead. While I'm looking up.
Can I wild shape myself into a female ooze?
You can only do beast. You can only do beast.
Maybe do a seductive dance, and jiggle a little.
Yeah, you don't.
don't be an ooze, Varus. Be a jelly.
You
Yeah,
don't your wild shape only allows you to do certain animals,
Okay, what about this guy's self?
and not an ooze. How? No, what? Hold on. Let me read that. I'm not going to say no. You're not supposed to say no. Disguise self. You make yourself on your person look different until the spell ends. So you're disguising yourself. You're still a furball or some type of large creature, but you don't actually change your completely body mass into something else. You're just disguising yourself.
I can see my foot shorter, thin, fat, or in between.
Yeah, you change your body type, but it's same basic arrangements of limbs and such. So you're basically a different looking Furbolg, not a ooze.
But I'm gonna be just a ooze that has
No, wait,
something
you know what?
like
If you want to
like-
try it, you can go right ahead.
I think you should do it.
I know my friends are gonna say to do it.
Yeah, that means it's a good idea.
We want a Furbolg Gigolo.
Yeah, Furbog Jigglypuff.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but blue.
Wait, where
Can-
is
Can oozes stick to the ceiling?
They're everywhere. Yes. The
what
spiders saw
happened
them.
to Globagool?
He went back to the front.
Yeah, remember he was like beginning
Or
to
did
turn
he?
into them. Like, he was getting like
He had spent his
Possessed by
time. He had spent time in
Okay, I'm gonna cast divination. Okay.
oh, here we go, folks. Boom. He's gonna throw out one of his big ass spells.
Good luck, Bears.
Find that offensive to people with big asses. Hondo, I have an excellent idea.
Let's
What are
hear
you
it.
gonna do? What are you doing with divination? Are you
Okay,
gonna use it?
so what we do is we seal off every entrance to this section that we can find,
Mhm.
and we flood it, and we completely dilute the oozes. What do you think?
I mean, it sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I feel like it's completely.
What do they call those things when you're not hooked up to the city sewer? You have
Septic
a
tank?
septic tank.
Mm-hmm.
It can become like Blendenstone's septic tank.
Yeah,
Get Varys advantage Duff. Did you just? Oh, you bought advantage for
I've got a-
Varys. Okay.
I've got a story. It's not my story, but it's a really funny story. While he's doing the divination thing, so a buddy of mine, Daniel, actually, the guy you talked to, I don't know, did he tell you the story about the septic tank? Hondo?
No.
Hmm.
Okay, so he was working with this guy who's does maintenance on septic
Dirt.
tanks, and he was like talking to him. He's like, you can tell a lot by people in their septic tanks, and Dan's like, wow, that's disgusting. And he's like, no, man, I'm serious. And he's like, oh, whatever, man. Like, no, you can't. That's silly. He's like, look, I was on this job one time, and I was cleaning this guy's septic tank, and I'm like sucking it out, and there's a bunch of jimmies in the septic tank, and I'm like sucking them up, and the owner comes out, and he's talking to me. He's like, hey, what are those balloons in there? He's like, what are you talking about? They're jimmies. And he's like, they're what? And he's like, what do you mean? They're condoms. Like, it's your septic tank. And he's like, oh, it must be from the neighbors. Like, we must be tied into the same one. And he's like, no, dude.
Oh,
you're
no.
you're the only one on this septic tank. And the guy's like, but I don't use condoms.
Holy shit!
And he's like, and that realization rolls through his head where he's like,
That's divination for you.
and he walks into the house, gets his checkbook, writes the guy a check, gets in his car, peels out. The guy doesn't see him for like another he leaves. He's there for 2 more hours, like cleaning up and doing his job or whatever. Never comes back. And he like I wish I could be there for the conversation that guy has with his wife, because he's like there are hundreds of condoms in this tank.
Oh, man.
I was like, that is quite possibly the funniest fucking story I've ever heard in my life. I was like, that poor son of a bee.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt so bad.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we doing with divination?
I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm gonna ask the deity or whoever it is. If we can take? Is there any time at the day that we can take the north route and get to the Putinkin without hitting or encountering any oozes?
Oozes are always there, my son. For they heed the call of the Pudding King. They come and go, but they never leave.
Exactly. If they come and go, then there's there's
They come and go from the rooms. They come,
Yeah.
they come and go in and
there
out of the
should
rooms,
be kind of like
they're always there.
of the roots
They're always
when they
there.
are less.
They are always there.
Hmm.
You just wanted me to waste my spell.
I told you the
You only
truth.
get-
That's a
do you
truthful
only get to-
reply.
Yeah. Do you only get to ask one question?
Yes, I have to cast it again if I want.
Okay.
Well, I cannot do it now, right now. I have to wait 7 days.
7 days? Holy
Yeah.
crap.
If he does it again before finishing a long rest, he can get wrong answers or he can get misreadings. Other bad things can happen.
Go mad.
Not to him, but he could get not what I could lie.
Yeah. So let's. Does this place have any engineers?
Some of the miners. They
Okay. Let's go back and let's talk to the people in the know of the town.
Right.
And let's see if we can come up with a way to flood this section after we seal it off, and we will see if maybe drowning them out will work, and
Yeah.
diluting them with water,
Yeah.
like route any like bodies of water.
Yeah, they must have a,
Yeah, what if we could like wash them all away like with a current? Like,
Yeah, I wish we had some like water spell.
I have
That's probably not
control
going to work. That's a huge volume to fill.
Yeah. You haven't seen water. So your biggest water source has been the Dark Lake, and
I thought you were going to say Eldith.
no, no, and you're not even close to it.
So, but
Alright.
they must have like a captain of the guard, or who the hell is in charge of security around here?
Well, you've talked to him several times. You've talked to several different captains. What do you want to know from them? You can go find them.
I mean, well, they've all been worthless so far. Like, do they not have a plan for city defense against, like, I don't know. It just seems like if the 5 of us go up, like, we should have the whole city rallied to fight.
Well, maybe you should ask. All they've asked you to do is go find out more information. They didn't ask you to go attack. They said nothing of the sort. They didn't say go kill them. They said we need more information. Is all that Cindy and Dorbo have asked. We need more information about what's happening up there.
When we told the God damn it, what the hell is the name of it? The Diggermach that there was the Pudding
Dorbo.
King, that the Pudding King was in the throne room, and that there were like more oozes than we have gold in our pocket. And then he was just like, we need more information.
Yes, we need to know what more else you can find out. You haven't told him he's in the you've asked. Okay, so you've told him in the throne room. And he said, here's where it's at. But and then you ask, how do we get over there? And they go, there is no way except going straight through the area. But that's it. That's all you've said so far. That's all you've discussed with them. Then y'all were starting to going off on your septic tangent.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
I'll say that like it wasn't a fantastic story.
It was a great story. I think it's reasonable to expect that calling him or asking him about the throne room and that the Pudding King might be there and how do we get there, that in a reasonable conversation with the Sovereign Lord, that he might ask us probing questions about what we know or have seen, that there might be more of a free flow of information.
Ask away.
All right, so I'll ask the Diggermach. Well, first I'll say there's like more puddings and oozes and cubes than we can count The whole area is just flooded with them. We think
Okay.
that the Pudding King is in the throne room. What do you suggest we do in defense of your city?
Well, they will ponder it. You've got a set of individuals all here. Seem to be many of the representatives and those in charge of the different areas and higher ups of the clan here. And they all begin to kind of chat, and y'all can kind of listen in, and there's different talks. Do we have the numbers? This is going to cost us a lot. You can ask about the water. There's no, that's someone says, what about flushing them out like a toilet? And there's not enough water, and there's no place for it to go except stay there. Where's it going to go out? You're going to flush them somewhere, but where else? You're going to just move them to one, even if it were to take them out. And oozes aren't affected much by water anyway. You can probably move some of them, but it won't destroy them. And
did Dirty get any kind of portal spell at level 8 or whatever he is?
I don't know. Dirtless was in chat a minute ago while y'all were chatting. I told him
because then we could flush him to a different plane of existence.
If you could flush that many, depending on the how big the portal is. No, I don't see that he took one. He took Ice Storm. Fireball. Yeah, you already know he's got Fireball. So anyway, but he goes, then Dorbo goes, well, it may not, why is it necessary to fight them all at once? That would, the damage alone once we would be destroyed with the resources, the number of people killed. Our companions here, as good as they are, don't want to die for us. We've got to come up with a way. What can we do? What can, he looks at y'all too. There's got to be a way that we can make a distraction of some sort that allow you to sneak in. But how are we going to do that? If we take a main force and come at them from if we attack from the Steadfast Stone, possibly, if we clear out the rubble down there, which is that one section, and come at them that way, wonder what the possibility is if the oozes would come attack, would charge that way, and y'all come at from a different direction while the oozes are, engaged with us.
Can anyone do some kind of knowledge check to see what senses the oozes have? Because maybe we can put that ghost.
Like make him the distraction.
So
yeah,
far,
make him the distraction. Where
so you guys, we missed the first one in the spiders. Go ahead, Lars.
Yeah, will that be a nature check for what Lucas won or animal handed?
Well, he's got to ask somebody, but so far the oozes that you've encountered outside of the 2 gelatinous cubes that attacked, when you went into the house center and you went into the northern cavern, the oozes were there, but your spiders moved around, but they didn't attack. When y'all came into the house center, a voice yelled at y'all and said, "Go away, past visitors now. We're not ready. I will call upon thee and all of Blendingstone to announce our glad tidings of the faceless Lord to come at the proper time. Be gone." And these oozes were all, there was hundreds of them congregating, dripping up and all around the dome, crawling over things, over each other. And you just saw them, but they never attacked.
The spiders.
Or when y'all went into the house center, when Banjo walked through the door.
Oh yeah, we did open that door down there.
You opened that door down there, and that's when you heard the voice. But you saw, all these slimes and oozes and stuff moving around, and that was it so far.
Well, this may be the wine talking, but how about we just go there, and if they ask anything, we just say that we want to pay our respect to the Pudding King.
When does the news ever talk to you except for Glabagool?
Exactly.
And you don't know where
We
he's
didn't
at.
waste anything. But it was. You just said there was a voice telling us that
There
we
was a
couldn't go
voice
there
that
because we weren't ready.
echoed from the chamber. Bars, you missed all that. There was a voice that echoed in the big house center chamber. It was a
But they
disembodied
didn't attack
voice.
us.
No, it
They
told y'all
didn't
to
attack
leave.
us. What did you guys think? Should I go and just try it out and maybe die?
No.
Yeah, that's not really worth it.
Oh wait, hang on. There's something in chat. I'm
That's
gonna read it
what.
real
That's
quick.
that was the section of what you saw when you entered the house center area.
Yeah.
Where was the last place we were at? Like
Well,
the one with the mushrooms, was that the last place we were at?
Y'all,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Grove.
Yeah.
what do you think? What do y'all think, viewers? Should Varus go sacrifice himself? Let's have it. Let's have a.
No.
Let's have a contest.
So I'm still thinking that if they want to assist, they should draw the oozes like the tunnel that we came in to fight the rats, like that choke point right there where we fought the rats. That's where they should try to draw the oozes, and then we should still come in from the south near the obelisk because that's the shortest distance to that throne room. If we clear that debris and they draw them to the north and west, and then we make a beeline to the throne room from the south, since they're all flooding in from the north anyways, right?
You
So
don't
that
know
should be the least number if they start combat in the north. And then if they get overwhelmed, then they can slam those doors shut, and then we have our little route straight up from the south.
Yep, let's do it. We can either approach from the north or south, and south looks good.
And then does that obelisk have any power? Because that fake priest
No,
said that it
it's-
had power.
It had power to. It was a protection power. It's not something for y'all. It's just. It was to clear up, get rid of the ogre mox banging, and it's for the earth elementals.
So it has no other power other than just it cleared up earth elementals.
That you know of.
Well, I'm asking the digger mop.
He will know it's just a. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Where's his house? Where was this guy right here? Speaking stones. Yeah, it's just it was just a steadfast stone, just protection for the city area. That's all it is.
All right, so it's protection for the city.
Yeah.
What does it do?
protect
Can
the
you
city?
can you call earth elementals?
The miners can. The miners are in charge of the earth elementals.
So can the miners
Everybody
do
knows
that
that.
really quick?
Everybody
So
knows that.
can the miners call earth elementals to push the puddings back so that we can get to the throne room?
Well, they can push. They can engage them.
Yes, we definitely would like some of that. How many can they bring to fight?
Yeah, the battle for the factions will tell you that.
Is it me or this king not very bright?
Well,
Like wouldn't he be like, oh hey, well there's earth elementals
not a
we can
king.
bring to our call.
he's not a king.
He's the leader though,
He's
isn't
a
he?
chief. Yeah. But then what is that? What does that say? How would he know all this? They haven't gone up there yet. They haven't. You guys got to remember you're playing in the module, so roll with the punches here a little. And they're not dumb, but they're basically on their lap. You guys are forgetting all all the stuff that y'all have been facing so far in this module, the mayhem, the confusion, the evil, you're expecting everybody to be thinking like y'all, and yet y'all haven't caught on once yet that no one is. Why? And y'all haven't asked why yet. Y'all, and so I'm going to knock you over the head here. Something's going on. And why is this happening?
Well, no, we've asked that like every single session.
Yeah, but you don't know. You haven't figured it out yet.
All right. How many earth elementals can you bring to fight with us?
The Stoneheart Enclave is another section of the gnomes. And you meet a Gnomie Path Shudder who suggests that bringing the earth elementals in, they're trying to figure out how many they can probably bring in. Probably half a dozen.
All right, so this is the leader of a separate faction.
This is this is like the workers. Yes. And so
Can they clear debris?
they're very good at it.
All right. So and I'm speaking to my group here, if the guys engage to the north, draw the puddings, the elementals clear the tunnel, and then like engage anything that's in there to give us a beachhead, and then we try to beeline it for the throne room, does that sound like a good plan?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And then so I'll speak to the miner guy and the digger mott, and I'll say, are there any other groups or factions that we haven't brought into this discussion that maybe can contribute to our plan?
And Cinny, one of the Diggermonics in the back, well, we could have had the were-rats help. So that's that group's not available to us.
Yeah, they picked the wrong fight. You're right. Self-defense.
Kazook, so one of the miners, there's the Miners Guild too, and he begins to talk. Well, we'll have to work on maybe get some oils that we can kind of move together and use that we, have around here that will help protect the weapons and armor from, the acid corrosion that oozes have and all these types of creatures.
Yep.
But to do that,
What kind of oil? Is it just like mineral oil?
Just oils of based oils that can kind of coat the weapons.
Do you have anything?
We don't have enough here though.
Where do we get more?
I wonder if we can find some
He thinks
like lamp oil kind of stuff.
Well, stuff like that, but they
burning?
don't have enough. They don't have a lot here like that. But no, they don't need lamp oils down here. Why? They can see in the dark.
Right, I'm not saying they need lamp oil to burn like torches. I'm just saying like to cook, to do any kind of fuel like that. It's like I don't see a lot of trees down here, so I imagine they harvest oil from the earth.
They eat mushrooms.
And use.
They eat mushrooms.
Mushroom oil?
Okay, well, my thought is let's start making some weapons. Let's start making some, like flaming arrows or something. Like maybe like a way to like if we can figure out how.
Well, you could shoot them and you kind of set up burns and all that, but you got a large sections. You wouldn't have. So yeah, I hear what you're trying to say. It's almost the same thing with the water deal. You don't have enough. His idea is if we can get back to Neverlight Grove, there's a possibility of enough mushrooms and some of the things that the myconids might have. To create some of these oils that could be spread up across the weapons and the armor to give us a better chance to fight.
What was the name of that town that we went to that had the dragon and we had to like chase that guy around the tunnels?
Yeah, Grackle Stug.
Can I float the idea to them and see if they have any interest in establishing trade with Clackle Slug, or being at all like neighborly, or like if they have anything they can offer as compensation if we can get Grackle Slug to send an expeditionary force to assist us?
They have nothing that they don't have anything of value like that enough. They would tell you. And why would the dwarves come to our aid anyway?
Probably because they don't want you all to be murdered by oozes and then have those oozes start spreading out through the rest of the Underdark.
Need to remember that you probably have no luck talking to the dwarves over there with everything that's been happening there.
Yeah.
They've been just as boneheaded and single-minded and greedy and messed up in the head as you're finding here.
Did we ask the ghost how we can get out of here?
That there's a secret tunnel. He doesn't know where it's at, but he does know that there's a tunnel in the area. But that Dorbo knows where it's at, probably.
What does that guy say? What does the Digger Mock say about the secret tunnel?
Dorbo. Which one's Dorbo?
He's the chief. He's the chief.
Digger Mock.
Yeah, Digger
Yeah,
Mock.
Do we have Zone of Truth or anything like that?
I have it, I believe, but I don't have it. I didn't pray for that today.
Well, let's pray for that tomorrow.
So I'm sure. You know that zone of truth doesn't guarantee we're going to get the info we want, though, right?
Don't they have to tell the truth if they fail a save?
I believe he does. He could not speak at all if he so chose.
Let's read this book.
Yeah, look at him. He's going to go look it up.
Yeah, of course I am.
I haven't read it in a while, but I think it has something like...
Okay.
Like he can choose just not to speak at all.
Creature can't speak a deliberate lie. Yeah. It doesn't force him to tell you something.
Right.
And a creature can be evasive with its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
Right. And just knowing what we know about what's happening, something tells me he's not going to be free with the info.
That's inspiration, Hondo. You thought clearly for once.
Oh, man.
The chat's going crazy. Yeah, they're up shit creek without a paddle. Pretty much.
Okay, well, now,
that way.
How far is the Mushroom Grove from here?
Days, several. Remember the map? It's several weeks travel. Neverlight's Grove.
All right. So I mean, we're still round tabling with these guys. So we're talking about, how fast do we think we can get there and back with oil, and does it seem worth it? Like if we leave and we come and we don't make it back for a month, are these guys going to still be here?
Don't know. It's quite possibly not. Jagger will tell you that now that the Pudding King, and knowing that he may know that y'all have ventured into his lair a little bit, you've thought about it, that you think you have cut off their way in. There's no doubt about that. That putting two and two together and thinking about it is that this is probably that tunnel that y'all found was how they were getting in to the area.
Those guards are some lazy bastards, man.
Well, that was made without their knowing. The were-rats had done it. Y'all just, if I don't tell them, I got to give them a bone every now and then. The problem so far and the discussion on that is, yes, that is Neverlight Grove. It could be an issue, and it's just oil. Yes, it's a possibility to help with battling. The Earth elementals, not a problem. That it should be able to. They will add some. They get some extra healing points, and they will be able to help battle. But the issue is that there's not enough of them. They're not immune to the oozes. So they will, they're not indestructible themselves.
Yeah, but we don't. I mean, if the plan is to draw off the main horde,
that
and,
is doable.
All right. So the plan. I mean, the working plan right now is draw them off to the north and the west towards the rat burrows. The elementals clear us a path from the obelisk, and then engage. Any
See, I think we should go the other route.
from the north.
Yeah, because it's a fat. Well, I guess it's not really. You're right.
Dorbo thinks so too. Dorbo thinks we have no idea what's behind this that walled off area. And as soon as we open it up and make noise, it's going to alert any and all creatures in that area.
Well, yeah, that's why we wanted them to engage in the northwest to draw them off from that area.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. Yeah, it's a 50-50 chance. You think?
I really do think that we should just concentrate our effort and just focus on one particular part down here at the south. Clear that debris, and even if they're there, we just make a defensive line and we just start slogging through them. Even if there's hundreds, like I'm pretty sure that we would be able to kill a significant portion of them before, if we could lure them in just by maybe throwing up a defensive line with earth elementals and just and using all 15 or whatever. And
Six.
just
we get 6.
Okay, well all 6. It just draw them all in, like do one after another, and just lure them in till they're all there and they're about to overrun us, and just have Dirtless drop nuclear bomb after nuclear bomb on top of it. That, I think that would work. It's not like they are gonna move towards the disturbance. They're not going to be like strategizing. Oh well, maybe we should flank. They're going to go towards where the disturbance is.
So if we fight to the throne room, based on the map, it is a minimum of 4 turns to get to the throne room, combat action and a move.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, don't even worry about making the blitz. Like, if we open the debris to the south, and they're there, then we fight there. If they're not there, then we push up to here and here.
Well, we want to go the outside route, right? That's the most expedient route.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, well, we would put one earth elemental here, and
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Was that a sneeze or was that?
That was a sneeze. Sorry, that was me sneezing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Or even if we could have the people who summon the earth elementals seal off these tunnels right here,
Okay, so Dorbo says he's not to cut you off, dear dwarf, but it would be better if our forces created a diversion somewhere else and your group as a small team moved in. The earth elementals will not be, they're not stealthy and like that. They will be a hindrance more than helpful. We can use them at the main force area to bring more and more to us.
How thick is that
charge?
How thick is that debris on the stairs?
It'll take a couple of days to remove.
But my concern is that we're gonna, like, if we divide them, then the Pudding King is, if we divide them and then we get to the Pudding King and we start fighting the Pudding King and he starts to lose, if they're all flocking to him, there is some kind of, he has some kind of influence over them. So what happens if he pulls them all back to himself and we're surrounded on all sides?
Don't
Yeah,
know.
we get swamped.
That would be bad. And I'm saying if we fight on our turf, don't directly threaten the Pudding King yet until just have him, obviously he'll know we're there, and then he can just be like, go destroy them, go kill them, go kill those pesky peons or whoever challenges me or whatever megalomaniac thought goes through his head. But if we fight on our terms, then we have a better possibility of getting through it. And even if we don't, and we need to come up with a way to blow or seal these tunnels behind us, so in case we have to pull back, if we're losing, we can pull back and have seal this tunnel off right here, seal that off with rubble or whatever as much as possible, and then we can fight our way back to here, and we can have another defensive line where we're fighting here. You know what I mean? It's
Dorbo's already walked away. He's shaking his head, and he doesn't like so he's going over there.
Okay.
His problem is that we don't have the numbers. If we do that route, then my clan is gone. He's basically saying we're done for then, because the numbers, the casualties that we will invoke, because we only have so many earth elementals, and it will rely on us then, and the clan will never survive. That will never survive that frontal assault like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't realize what you're doing now is considered surviving.
That's all they've been doing.
All right. Well, whatever. Then you do whatever you want, and we'll do what we want, and we get it done. We get it done. But you're drawing them away. So what are you going to be contributing other than a distraction? You could take 3 earth elementals and use them as a distraction, and that would solve the purpose. And then where are the rest of the people of this town? You're telling me you don't have any other fighters?
Oh no, they've got.
They're all going to go with you as a distraction.
Well, just looking at the standpoint down here, there's not enough room for all these people to be in these chambers all at the same. You've probably seen around 300 of them in the city, the gnomes. Definitely.
Well, how many of them are fighting force?
10%, 20% maybe, because they've got miners, they've got families. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do they have any wizards or
ranged
mages?
Weapons?
Or
No, they live here. Why would they have their protection has been the maze that they would be able to fight off from the area that you saw in the beginning there, is that's been the main way that people have come in is through this maze of the entrance and, warding off attack. But the Drow damn near took them all out. And so they've been slowly coming back up, and rebuilding and trying to clean up this home, their capital of who they were, for this.
How did Drow get all the way to the back rooms back there?
They're Drow. I'd have to go back and see if I've got some storyline on that. But the city was decimated.
And then after the attack, why wouldn't you think maybe building up a military force or some kind of militia would be a good idea?
They don't have the numbers.
You have 300.
Well, it's got to take time.
I'm sure more than 10% are of adult age. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
your lack of planning.
They don't have the numbers for you to do what you're doing. Their standpoint is the only way to do this, either they would have to abandon this completely if it's truly that many, or somehow, some way, that y'all are able to get in with your powers. Like you said, he does agree that a sneak attack or the sneak maneuver, getting through there somehow, but a brunt force attack you have gotten from him, the ghost will tell you that nobody will survive. There's too many of them.
But we only want them to engage, to draw them off from our entry point.
That's what he's saying. Either way, you can either choose your entry points are going to be either down by the obelisk or up by the rat area where the refuse pile was or something like that. And because you do know that they're in the sections, let me show you. So, well, if I can get my tokens to load up. Come here. Onyx.
I mean, from what you described earlier, they were coming in from the north,
They're everywhere. Well, you assume
and they were moving towards the south.
they're all. You have seen two large sections of oozes and such in these areas.
Right, but you did specifically say they were moving south, and you said west, but I think you meant east because they were going across.
East. Sorry, they're moving. Well, what y'all have seen, they're moving it, but okay, yes, they would come into the room or move us around, and then more would come back in. They're moving all over the place in here. It's like a big hive. They're not just moving and leaving. When y'all walked into the 2 area, they were crawling all over each other, all over the buildings, the walls, the ceilings, sliding into the corridors. Same thing over here at 1. Some came in, they slid to the south to 2, they slid over to where, is the barracks, and then more came in. It's just like an ant pile that's gone crazy, is what you're seeing.
Right. Well,
Sorry,
so
Matt.
either way, we need to either run around the north or we need to run up from the south. I guess the only the pro for going north is we don't have to clear a debris pile to get in there. But the con is it's much further to run.
Either way, yeah. So yeah, you've got 1 or 3. I'm putting the numbers up here so we can kind of, instead of trying to tell you what rooms we're at or whatever. But yeah, your entrances for being able to back up, retreat, hold off, use the corridors as, and this is Dorbo talking to you, not me, but he's basically looking at it all for us to fight a feint retreat maneuver as they continue on toward us is. Yes, one or the other. We take one section, y'all come in from another angle once you see them begin to move away.
Are his elementals more powerful near the obelisk?
No. They gain, actually what happens, finding out is that with shooing off Ogre Mock's Bane, or knowing that it's not around right now because you didn't destroy it, you just kind of, the obelisk shoot it off. That the elementals basically got a little bit more stronger. They were weakened and maddened by the Bane, and so they are back to normal self. But they don't have, but only commanding about half a dozen or so. They don't have an unlimited supply of them at the moment.
Okay. How much oil do they have?
For
To make them resistant to the acid or
not
acidic
enough.
nature.
They would have to go make some.
Okay, well let's get as many people as possible doing.
They can send off a large section to go procure enough of the fungus, because you got to remember that's pretty much what is down here for. Between that and the Zerkwood is basically any of the type of what am I looking for? Basically stuff that they eat, they use, that some of it gives off light, they cultivate it, stuff like that. And the lights that you see in the caverns, what you've used for far has been mostly, and it's been lit up as phosphorescent, but there's been no really fire anywhere around, except y'all created with the fireballs. So
well, and Dirty can didn't he learn some kind of.
What's that? What did he learn?
Didn't Dirt find a recipe to make alchemist fire or something like that?
He has got some alchemist. I'll let you know. He has got. You are correct. There was something that y'all found in the. God, which was that? Which room was that? Which city? Where is it? It was underground when y'all were chasing the Darrow underneath the city.
Right. So he could get to work making that, right?
He's making some to make you won't have an overflowing amount, but sure, he could make some. There's no doubt. Yes.
All right. So we're gonna incorporate that into our plan.
I gotta. He doesn't
Yeah,
have
okay,
notes on
so-
that. I'll pull that from the deal, so he's got access to it. Okay.
Here's my thought on the oil. We cover not as much as we possibly can. We're gonna use the oil to okay, so maybe what we can do okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to like piece this together in my head as I'm explaining it. Okay, so from the surface that they summon these earth elementals, what we should do is we should take as much rock and earth as possible, pile it all together as much as necessary to make an earth elemental, right? Because they summon them from the ground, right? Sorry,
They probably can pull them from some type of the
Okay.
ones that attacked you came right out of the walls.
Okay, so we saturate the earth elemental as much as possible in the oil, and that would give them resistance to the acid nature of the oozes. And then Hondo could, or whoever, could try to give them like a blessing or guidance, whatever's gonna make them as survivable and tanky as possible. That'll give them more survivability, and then it'll give us a larger attack window to get up there and in there.
Let me see. I have I do have something that the elementals are used. What do you get from them?
My resistance is only good for 1 minute, and it's a concentration spell. So, like I couldn't book up to our entry point and then engage, and then by the time I got up there,
What's the range on it?
it's just a touch.
How many can you touch? One?
It says I touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4, add the number rolled to one saving throw of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the saving throw.
Okay.
So I actually think if you're going to be the tip of the spear, it might be best to put it on you. Or Banjo if he's going to do it.
All right, so the elementals get some extra hit points. They the oils don't do them much good. Won't do them. They know the oils would help protect the metal equipment and make them immune, but the elementals, after a couple of hits, the oils would be off of them anyway. So then they would start to be affected by the corrosive nature. It would be a limited, small window for what the oil would do. They have been thinking about reaching out. Yes, if they had to reach out to the other clans in the area, though they don't like the idea, but we can go get some mushrooms and procure all that. We don't have too much in the way of money, but we'll buy what we can. That would allow them. Jingo, we got a raiding party. Thank you for bringing over a couple of people. That if Gracklestug, if we can, let that go off. Thank Jingo. Appreciate the raid. If the characters can procure weapons, some type of weapons, or just do some negotiations in Gracklestug, I'm not going to make y'all go all the way back there and back. You basically will get you get some ranged artillery support. Hey Jingo, good to see you, buddy. that will allow you. That will give you some extra damage on your attacks. Because basically the gnomes will be using some of the crossbows. Basically, they don't have really good crossbows here, but if we can get some crossbows, then that will help. It's going to give y'all some abilities, extra damage. If you've completed Burrow Warden Jaggers, you can. Okay, so that's some re-rolls for y'all and saving throws or attack rolls. Because the ghosts are basically going to be flying in. Jagger says he'll go find other ghosts, and they can use them as the distraction, basically flying in and around. So you're going to get some options there, but not many, but you'll get a few. And unfortunately, I don't know where Glabagul's at right now, but he might be able to come in and help battle on his limited powers that he has. So you have the few things there that will provide some extra boons to you or allow you to move into there. But the oils really, from what I'm reading, what they'll be used for is protections for the armor and the weapons that they have. Y'all have got magical weapons, and y'all know, and fighting that, using the magic weapons are impervious to the damage, as long as you use those. They're resistant to the oozing corrosiveness.
So what makes a magic item?
Plus, I mean, if it has an extra ability or if it has a spell, it's got to be cast with magic on it. I mean, I'm not sure what the question is. What makes it magical? I mean, it goes from being a mundane item to having something special imbued with it.
Okay, I'll be more specific.
Yeah,
I can cast, like I did for Varys' scimitar. I cast a permanent light on it. I can't remember what the name of the spell was, but his scimitar now will always glow a certain color. Is that now considered a magic weapon?
That's a good question. I would wonder if it had something to do with the damage and attack and the damage abilities that would it have. But for this battle, I'll allow it. That yes, you put some light on it, it just became magical.
All right. So like if I cast light then on my chainmail, then because right now my chainmail is mundane, corrode.
Yep.
But if I cast light on it, it becomes magic.
Mm-hmm.
And what about my shield with my symbol? Is it automatically considered magic?
No.
Or do I have to do something to that too?
The symbol's just your focal.
Right.
So you'd have to put something on it too. Yes.
Right, because I can't go into battle with that thing in jeopardy, because if it goes, I can't cast anything.
That's true.
All right.
That's right.
So I'm going to take preparations and do that to my stuff and anyone else who wants it done to something they're wearing.
Yeah, I'll roll up my buckler and my I think I have some sort of like light armor.
Yeah, you've got an hour that'll last, that light spell. So you're hoping that you have ability to get whatever happens.
No. This is a permanent spell.
Oh, hold on, let me see.
It'll always stay that way.
Cantrip?
Yep,
which spell are we talking about then? I see light, which is a cantrip. Which one are we?
No, it's like a level 2 or 3. I'll have to look it up.
Beacon of Hope, Daylight.
No, it's something else.
Okay, let me check what you got here. Unless it was a newer one that you put.
No, it's like Eternal something, something like that.
You may have taken it off your list. Then you'd have to relearn it. Then I guess I don't see it listed. But
I know them all. It's just what I prayed for. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Right, but it costs like 50 gold or 100 gold for the components, and then it lasts forever. It's what I put on Varys' sword.
Scimitar.
Yeah. And you'll count that as a magic item then.
Yeah, we would.
Okay.
Not continual flame, I'm assuming. Let's see.
I'll look it up. Hang
I
on.
just want to look just so I can understand what it's got to do. Because we'll have to recode just a tad. We have to add magic to some of that stuff so that Fantasy Grounds will take it into effect.
Yeah.
Where is it? Level 1. It's gotta be level 3 then. Well, there's 4. Alright, well, so while he's thinking of that, anything else?
You know, I was thinking that why are we even clearing the rubble to if they go in at 3 and we come in across at 1? Like the earth elemental, I thought they can just move through the rubble. Like they don't, you know what I mean? Like they don't have to clear it.
Correct?
So why don't we just have Dirtilus? We'll clear something just big enough for Dirtilus to put his ferret through, and that'll be our eyes on the other side. But anyways, just the ferret thing wouldn't work. Dirtilus wouldn't be there to tell him to send. But
Well, yeah, we're gonna be coming up on 11, so it looks like our battle's gonna be holding till next week anyway.
Yeah.
I figure we will finish this out, or y'all can, if you want to, y'all know the situation. I can put the map if y'all want to think about it a little bit, or we're still discussing. We're not done yet, but I'm talking about through Discord. Trying to lay out your plan, or have your own private session, and then hit me with it. When you come back, here's how we're gonna do. So you have your own tactics against what will be happening with the oozes. That's perfectly legit too.
yeah, we can do that.
Continual flame. Level 2 evocation.
Continual flame. Let's see what it says. So I know what you're doing. Cleric spells. Continual flame says a flame equivalent to the brightness of a torch springs forth from your object. The effect looks like a regular flame, but it creates no heat, does no oxygen. Flame can be covered or hidden, but not smothered or quenched. It's one action. It costs you ruby dust worth 50 gold. Oh boy. Okay. So, God, I want to be a dick. No.
Come on, this city of deep domes, they have rubies down here.
They probably find, but you got to remember how many, ruby dust, so worth 50 gold. That's a pretty, I didn't see what size of ruby that is, but they have some, but well, I don't know. I'm not saying, I didn't say no. I'm just trying to say, so it's until dispelled, so it's just one, it's a spell, so.
It's a ritual.
Casting time I'm looking at an action. So one action. It's evocation, just one action time. So it's not actually a ritual.
Well, I mean, it can be cast as a
all
ritual.
of them can be. Yeah, that's true. Interesting. So you're just gonna put flame on your weapons, your shield. Flames are coming out of everybody. But no heat. I don't see why you can't do that. It's really not. It really, yeah. So we're pulling just a little bit here. It's not really adding any magical effect to the weapon. Yeah, because it's.
Well,
it's
I mean,
actually,
it doesn't increase like its defense or its attack power, but.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm saying we're going to play it that way, but I think in this instance it's just an illusion to some degree, because it's just giving you the lightness of a torch, basically. So you guys are going to be lit up.
Right. Well, whoever wants it on them. I mean, I need it because if my armor melts or my shield melts.
Well, that's the thing is the oil. Like the oil will protect you or your armor and your weapon from from the acidic nature of the oozes.
Yeah.
It will.
So I mean, what's that?
It will. That's correct.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even worry about having a magical item. You know what I mean? Like to
Mhm.
protect it. Because it's gonna be protected. Because we're gonna be the strike team on this one. So
Yeah.
like pretty much all the resources except what it takes to get those earth elementals in position and drawing in the enemies. Like everything else is gonna go to us. I think that we should be thinking of how we can get in there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I agree. Speed's going to be everything.
You know?
Because we get bogged down and we're going to get cut off, and then we're going to
Yeah,
get.
and then how much time are we gonna give them? We need a way to track, I guess, the number of oozes. I wonder if we have anyone who's like stealthy enough, or maybe Varys can put a creature out to like watch the movement on everything,
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
I can cast like 8 serpents or 8 little creatures that they can hold their own.
well, like
That
we're
will
not
help.
right. Like I don't want to burn any like major slots. Like I would be more like have you wild shape into a spider or something, you know, or something that's fast and nimble enough and can evade detection well enough to be in a position to be our eyes. And then
Isn't Banjo real stealthy?
Yeah, but nothing's gonna beat a little spider.
yeah, but that's all I'm saying is like when to go in is going to be the crucial thing, because we're not going to clear the stuff to the south or the area 3. We're going to send one earth elemental in at a time, and right before the next one goes, the whoever conjured the earth elemental will, I imagine, sense that his earth elemental is no longer alive. And they'll know when to send in the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. So basically, we get however long it takes them to kill one Earth Elemental 6 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I agree with that because I can get away with from there very easily.
yeah, and then as soon as we see all the oozes start to go and be just far enough away for us to move in quickly but quietly enough to without drawing as much attention as possible, we just get in and we absolutely every single thing we have to throw at it, we throw at it.
Yeah.
And if we can't get it, then you know, if we can't kill it, or we can't kill the Pudding King or whatever, maybe there's a way to capture it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, even if we can't outright kill it, let's maybe think of a backup plan, maybe a way to stun it, immobilize it, whatever, and just drag it out and just basically use that as leverage over him to like get them to back off and disperse for the reward, you know, the reward of his life.
There's probably going to
If
be some
if
stealth
it's
checks that I'm not so great at.
I mean,
Oh.
we're not even really worried about being stealthy. All we're going to be doing is we're not going to be running. We're not going to be like, you know, like crawling through. We're just going to calmly walk to walk as close as possible within striking distance of this the old stockade area, and then we'll blitz in when we're close.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? Like we're going to let them all get drawn away as far as possible.
If he's liquid and I get there in time, maybe I can trap him if he's still alive in the wall of wind. That's an option. I can control the wall of wind and make a circle around him.
Sorry, my to watch a movie.
Did you got what I said?
I didn't. Sorry.
Okay, I say that I'm gonna be on washout duty, right? That if
Yeah,
I get there in time and you have
until
not
they're far
killed
enough.
them, I can try to imprison the Putinkin in a wall of wind. If it's liquid, of course. If it's not liquid, then it's not worth it.
I don't know if I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to see what he looks like and whatever. But
Yeah, I guess I'm not picturing him as a. I guess I'm thinking he's probably a deep gnome looking something or other.
Something
Yeah.
magic, I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
he could be that priest for all we know.
yeah, but that's just all. That's what I'm thinking. We go in. We have the earth elementals, draw them out as much as possible, and then you give us as much time as possible. And once we get close enough, we rush him and we try to
Yeah.
bring him down as fast as possible with as much damage as possible. And once that's done, we extricate ourselves from the entire, like, the whole pudding area, you know.
We're gonna need Darendale to join us, I think.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be our best chance, is just a surgical strike
Yeah,
at him.
Agreed.
If we're not gonna go, if we're not gonna, fight one at a time, one ooze at a time. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I that's a lot of XP, but that's a lot
Yeah.
of oozes.
hmm
All right,
But
so
yeah.
I like the plan.
Yeah, sounds good.
Me too.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. So hammer it out a little bit more. If y'all need to in chat, we're gonna hold for the night, so that then we can come back next Thursday, and we will have the Battle of the Oozes on the channel and see how they come out. Because so you guys have your listing. I have a direction of what to use and what to do for different stuff, and how to make it work or not work. And how where y'all are gonna come in and begin moving through, and having if y'all are gonna, I'm assuming what I'm hearing, y'all are coming through you're going through area 1 or area 3?
Area 1.
Okay, so the rest of the groups, the gnomes and all that, are going to distract from area 3.
Yep.
Okay, all right. They said we will do our best. They will use the terrains as best they can to bring through and come and then pull them back and try to draw them as much as possible away when they begin when they attack, and y'all will make your encounter up through the north part and make your way quickly as possible to the throne room to see what's there.
Yep.
Okay, nicely done.
And I'm gonna be a lookout.
Yeah, I mean, a lookout until the fighting starts, and we want you
Yep.
in the fight, bringing as much damage as possible.
Well,
Hopefully.
okay. Well, wait, are you going to be a little spider? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
be a little spider.
Yeah, that's fine. You've done it before. I was just going to say, I thought you were going to try to use your giant eagle, and I don't think there's enough room for you here to fly.
Not now, but
yeah.
I will still have my chance.
Yeah, you'll still get to use it. Okay, folks, we're going to call it here. It was not a battle tonight. We apologize if anybody was thrown off by that, but sometimes there's just not. And this group, we had a little play here to figure out hopefully their final maneuvers to hopefully eject them out of the abyss, and back to their waking reality into Moa-chan.
Oh, this is D&D. This was
we'll
the
have-
role-playing part.
Yeah, well, and I want to make hopefully, and we'll make sure everybody's check and let me know if you think there's going to be any issues. I don't think I've got anything on my schedule, but I don't want to run it without every one of it here. I won't run another character. So just so you know, that's not fair. So, and I want y'all all to enjoy it. So
Yeah, especially for the TPK that's coming.
I didn't say that.
I assure you that's not going to happen.
Oh,
Eldith
yeah.
is worth 100 experience points, just for
Yeah.
the record.
Yeah, she's about to catch a stray arrow.
Oh, but Elda is no more because I use her as a sacrifice for my divine intervention.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
No, you did not.
You get 100 XP then.
Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, we're gonna call it, gents. Enjoy the rest of your week and weekend. I will see you back here all Thursday night, and
Yeah.
we will have the battle. The battle for Blending Stone is what it's called. So,
Nice.
all right, folks, y'all, thanks for watching. We'll say goodnight. Take care.
Later on.
Right.